All right, everyone. Welcome to the notes for today. If you have not yet, please respond here to the announcement so that I can mark you as present. Without further ado, let's get started here. We were supposed to have a quiz today. We kind of elected against that and decided to move on to our next and final section, which is 9.4 Systems Word Problems. As you can see at the top, only 1 through 6 need to be done for today. I'll do numbers 1 and 2 with you, and I'll set up 3 and 4, but the rest will be up to you. 5 and 6 will be all you. So with word problems, with systems of equations, we will be doing pretty much exclusively elimination for this section. So for 9.4 word problems, we'll be setting up elimination, which was the last section we did, 9.3. Okay, now looking at these, you probably see a ton of words. Looks like it's going to be super difficult. Once you figure out the system, it is not as difficult as it looks. And you can see there's a lot of repeated phrases. Check it out. There's like 4 cheesecakes in a row. Okay, so it looks like more than it is. And I'll show you how we set it up. We'll be dealing mostly with pricing and like finding the cost of things. What's nice about that is we'll be dealing mostly with positive numbers. You're not going to be paying negative $4 for a strawberry cheesecake. So we can kind of figure what our answers are going to be. If we're getting negative answers, we've probably done something wrong. All right, so let's just go right into this. Obviously, there's the steps up here at the top if you need to go back and reread them. So read the problem carefully, write down your system, and use variables that represent the missing information. Okay, that's my favorite part. You get to choose whatever variables you want in each problem for the missing pieces that we have. So let's just read the first one, and then we'll go into choosing our variables. All right. Also, I don't pick these names. It's the system. So Anjali and Norakai, that's my guess. We'll see if that works. You guys know what I mean. So Anjali and Norakai are selling cheesecakes for a school fundraiser. I'm sure we've sold something for a fundraiser somewhere, chocolate or popcorn, cookie dough. We've all had sales like that, right? A lot of these problems are based off of things like that. Okay, so selling cheesecakes, school fundraiser. Customers can buy French silk cheesecake and strawberry cheesecake. All right. Anjali sold 2 French silk cheesecakes and 13 strawberry for a total of $140. Norakai sold 9 French silk and 4 strawberry for a total of $85. Find the cost of each one, French silk and strawberry. Okay, so when we set these up, we need to have 2 variables. Our first is going to be the cost of French silk, and the second is going to be the cost of the strawberry cheesecake. So over here on the left-hand side, I am going to choose my variables. I am going to choose, quite obvious, F for French silk, like it. And I'm going to choose S for strawberry. If I were you, I'd stay away from I would stay away from vowels. A is okay, but the others get kind of iffy. I wouldn't use I or E. O looks too much like a 0, so I usually just try and use consonants. All right, so French silk cost is F. Strawberry is S. All right, so let's go now into setting up our systems. We're going to have 2 systems, and we're going to write them directly above each other, just like an elimination problem. Okay, so let's start with our first person, Anjali. Anjali. Doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put a little A here. So this is going to be her system, his system, their system, who knows. All right, so sold 2 French silk cheesecakes. Now, if we knew how much they were, we could multiply 2 times, whatever the cost was and know how much we would have made. But since we don't know the cost, that's what we're looking for. That's our variable, okay? If she sold 2 French silk, that means I'm going to go 2 F, and F represents the cost of the French silk. Okay, 2F. What's nice about these, it's always going to be plus. I talked about everything being positive. Our setups are all going to be positive because we're talking about selling things for a price together, and putting things together is just addition. We're not taking away. I'm not saying you wrecked 3 French silk cheesecakes and couldn't sell them, this is all going to be positive, which is nice and easy. All right, so 2 French silk cheesecakes, and they sold 13 strawberry cheesecakes, and then we're going to have a total. We're going to get a price at the end here, right? For a total of $140. Okay? So 2 French silk and 13 strawberry sold for $140. That's our first equation in the system. The second equation now is going to be the other person. Norakai, Nora Chai T. Okay? So now we have Norakai. Oop. N. All right. This person sold 9 French silk plus 4 strawberry for a total of 85 bones. All right. So this Norakai person sold 9 French silk and 4 strawberry for 85. Find the cost of each. Once you set up these two, it's just an elimination problem. We are now going to figure out how we can get elimination either out of my F's for French silk or my S's for strawberry. I think I'm going to solve for the F's here. I don't have anyone that's really that easy, so I'm going to end up multiplying both of my equations by different numbers. I'm just going to use 9 and 2, right? 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18. But, remember, they have to be opposites. So one of them has to be negative. I'll just make the 2 negative. And that'll be the case for all of these. Like I said, they're all going to be positive. So that means when I solve my system, when I eliminate, I'm going to have to make one of my multipliers a negative, like I did there. All right. So let's do the top first. Multiply everything by 9. So I get 18F. Plus 9 times 13. I don't have that one just ready. That's going to be 117 equals 140 times 9 is 1260. All right, that's the first one. Now let's go to the orange, do the same thing. I should get elimination on the F's, and I do. That's a negative 8S, and then that's negative 170. All right. So now we're pretty much just doing an elimination problem. This is 9-3. All right, I'm not going to talk through too much of this. So to eliminate, let's go 18 and negative 18 is 0. 117 minus 8 is 109 with the variable s equals, and we have 1260 minus 170, which I just did this one, I think, is 1090. So 109s equals 1090. Solve for s. So I'm going to divide both sides by 109. Okay, s equals 10. Okay, so what does that mean? Remember, this is a word problem, and we should remember that a word problem needs a word answer. So s is 10. What does that mean? Let's go back to up here, why I have these letters. What do these letters stand for? F stands for, not French silk, the cost of French silk. And the S stands for the cost of the strawberry cheesecake. So how much does a strawberry cheesecake cost? $10. Cool. Let's remember that. Now we need to find our French silk cost, the F. So I'm going to take S as 10 and plug it back into one of my equations. All right, go back in. I'm going to choose the orange. Okay, so S is 10. So it's going to go like this. 9F, I don't know what F is yet, plus, all right, 4S is 4 times S, and S is 10, so that's 40 equals 85. And now we're just solving a two-step equation. Minus 40 both sides. Yay, and then F is 5. All right. Again, what does F is 5 means? That means that the French silk costs $5. So if F is 5 and S is 10, we now know our two prices. So let me kind of shrink this a little bit. All right, word problems need word answers. So I would do it like so. French silk costs $5. And strawberry costs 10. Ah, get out of here. Strawberry costs 10. There you go. Word problem, word answer. You don't have to be super specific. I know what you mean if you say French silk. There's only one kind of French silk in this problem. French silk costs 5, strawberry costs 10. We're talking about cheesecakes. Let's not waste our time spelling the word cheesecake like this problem clearly did, writing cheesecake every sentence probably. And there you go. There's our first problem all the way through. Let's go to another. All right, number 2. In this one, we're going to be selling tickets, senior citizen tickets and student tickets. So let's kind of read through it. Okay. Now we have Sanji is selling tickets to a choral performance. On the first day of ticket sales, sold 14 senior citizen tickets and 1 student ticket for a total of $189. The school took in $115 on the second day by selling 4 senior citizen tickets and 9 student tickets. Find the price of each. So same way, let's find our variables first. I'm going to use, because it's senior citizen tickets and student tickets, they both start with S. I don't like using the variable C, so I'm just going to use X and Y. You could do this for every one, X and Y. And plus, now it'll look a lot like the systems we've already done. So X is going to be the senior citizen ticket cost, and the Y is going to be the student cost. So when I talk about student tickets, I'll use Y, and senior citizen tickets, I'll use X. Please, you're going to want to write this, because when you get in the middle of a problem and you're solving it at the end, if you're thinking about, well, which one's which, it's just one less thing to think about. Here it is. I have a key up here in the corner for me to look at. All right, so on the first day, day 1, school sold 14 senior citizen tickets. I believe senior citizen was my X. Right, yep, all right. And 1 student ticket, 1 Y, for a total of $189. All right, so I'm just reading that second sentence, so you could, if you're looking around with me, 14 senior citizen, 1 student for a total of $189. Now let's do the next one, the next sentence. On the school's second day, it says it took in $115. Do I put the $115 here? I would hope you would say no, because that's not the cost of a senior citizen ticket or a student ticket. That's the total. So that's actually going to go at the end. The order, sometimes they switch it up, right? They put the money first in this case, trying to trip us up, but we know better. So the total is going to be $115. All right. But they sold 4 senior citizen tickets and 9 student tickets. So we have 4 senior citizen tickets and 9 student tickets. And now we go back to that total they gave us in the beginning. All right. So you just match them up, right? You go, all right, the senior citizen goes together, the student goes together, and the totals go together. They're all going to be set up the same way like this. All positive, right? We have our totals at the end, and we have our variables in front. If you look at, I already set up the next 2, and I'll come back to these. But look, all positives, all set up the same way. You just have to read it and fill in the numbers for in front of your variables, right? The 14s and the 1s and the 11s and things like that. Let's put a 1 there because that's going to throw us off later. I know it's 1T. All right. Okay, so let's go back to number 2. Now it's ready to be solved. We have our system. Let's get elimination. I can multiply just the top by -9. Ooh, 14 times 9. Not pretty. -126x. I made it negative because remember, I need elimination, which means these two need to be opposites, not the same, opposites. So 1 is going to be 9. This bottom one is going to stay positive, but I want to make this top one -9. So when I multiply, there's my -9y. I definitely don't know that one. 1701. Negative. All right, we're going to get some negatives in this problem, but it should all balance out at the end, and I should still get positive answers. So let's see our elimination, what that's going to look like. So my y's are eliminating. That leaves me with negative 122x equals, let's see, 115 minus 1701 is, oh, what? What? How is that an error? What? All right, let's try negative 1701 plus, you're giving me errors, get out of here, negative 1586. All right. Now my last step is going to be to divide, and since I'm dividing a negative by a negative, I will get a positive answer, which is nice. Divided by 13. So x is 13. What does that mean? What does x equals 13 means? Well, let's just look back. I have my labels. That's the cost of the senior citizen ticket, so those will be 13 bucks. Okay, now that we know that, we can choose either of our originals. Let's go ahead and choose the bottom one. Seems easy enough. You could choose either. I've said it before. All right, so we have 4x is 13 plus 9y equals 115. Where are we at for time here? All right. 4 times 13 is 52 plus 9y equals 115. I'm going to subtract 52. Subtract 52 from both sides. And that's 63. And then divide. Divide by 9, y equals 7. What does that mean? That means that the student tickets cost $7. All right, so now we have our final answers here. Write it out. Okay, I'm going to say senior citizen tickets. Come on. Tickets cost $13, and student tickets cost $7. Boom. Answer. All right, there it all is. There's the first two all written out. You can go back, put it in there, but if you weren't taking notes with me, it's probably not going to get much easier. Moving on, number 3, here it is set up for you. If you want to just copy that down and get to solving with my little code at the top. And here's number 4, all set up, ready to go. So go through and finish all the first 6 need to be done, 1 through 6. I showed you the setup for 3 and 4. You have to do 5 and 6 on your own. Go through, solve for both of your variables, and then at the end, make sense of what those variables mean. As in, write our word problem answer. Senior citizen costs, student costs. And they sell different things. We got tulips and daffodils and wrapping paper, but it's all pretty much the same setup. So good luck. And if you have any questions, this is due at the end of the class period today. If you have any questions, send me a message in Canvas and I'll get back to you. Good luck.